Good morning. Well, is everybody ready? Today is the big day we've been waiting forever for, it feels like. It's finally here. We're going to get all the results tonight. And seems like we've been waiting on this day for a year. And we finally are going to find out who is going to come out on top. I mean, I'm really interested to see is where's Alabama going to be? What's Indiana going to look like? Pennsylvania's a state that's probably going to matter. I think Ohio's going to be up there. I do know that Michigan's probably not a factor. And, well, let's be honest, Oregon's going to come out on top of this poll, right? I mean, they've been the best team in college football all year, and they're probably going to be number one when the playoff rankings come out tonight. And that's what we all care about. It's a busy place here today. Now, I am not naive enough to think that my little teeny tiny town here is going to matter. However, I've never had to wait in line to vote before, and I had to wait today. And there was every parking spot full, and there was still a line when I left. Turnout is high in rural Northwest Ohio at 9 a.m. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Are we all excited today or not? I mean, because, you know, you're watching this tomorrow. We should have some results. Are we happy? Are we not? I don't know yet. I don't know. We'll see what happens. It is too windy to spread fertilizer today, or lime. I guess we got to spread lime now. We got a little bit of rain overnight again. Again, it wasn't really much. Didn't add up to anything. We could go run the ripper, and we probably are going to do that this afternoon. However, I'm going to try and go see a seed customer here in a little bit. And so I've got a little bit of time to kill. I don't want to take the ripper to the field for an hour and a half and then have to leave. So we're going to do a little cleaning up in the seed warehouse here because we're done treating wheat, clearly. And so that can all get cleaned up and put away. I've got a few signs laying out here that we need to get put inside. Just take care of some things. Well, it doesn't look like much. I got the signs cleaned up outside and I had a few that were old that needed taken apart. Those plus a few other ones. Get this stuff all picked up. It's slow progress here. And we got our conveyor taken down. We're going to take that back to the farm because, well, we don't need it down here. So go ahead and do that. Folded these two boxes down. I got those other ones down there we need to fold down. At some point soon here, hopefully we can keep working on the ceiling down here. It's going to be a slow winter project, among others, but we'll get some progress done. Or not right now. Both of my hitch receivers have balls in them, and I don't have a big enough wrench to take it off down here. Okay, we'll do that another time. At my customer's farm, we've got lunch in a snack bag, and look at that, a red combine. A red combine on tracks, no less. 8230, a 12-row head. Well, I'm headed back to the farm here, and we're going to spend the rest of the afternoon doing some ripping. It's too windy to spread lime, so we'll go do some chiseling on the fields that are done. All right, this field we've just got some end rows to finish up. This one I had a lime pile there that I hadn't gotten used up yet when Dad did the ripping in this field, and so he had to go around it, and he left that spot in these end rows, and we're just going to finish it up because it was on the way to the field where we're going. Okay, we got our ends done and came over to this field here, which is, yeah, whatever. It's this field, the field that we're in. Can't you tell? So this was soybeans. This was some of the last beans that we combined. This field wasn't great. They weren't bad, but they weren't great. We have spread lime on this field. We have spread potash on this field, and we have spread MAP on this field. And now we are ready to do the fall tillage. It's been ready, but we're just now getting to it because we've been busy doing other things, right? So this field is pulling much more difficult than the one we did yesterday. It's harder. The tool is pulling harder. On top of this clay knob right here, it's actually not so bad. We pick up a little bit of speed, and then we get down into the dips and draws, and it bogs it right down, and we slow down, and we pull through it. So it'll be fine. It's going to take us a little while. There's about 60 acres in this field, and I doubt we get it done tonight, but we'll see how far or how late I would decide I want to work. On the far end of this field, we do have some muck pockets. We'll talk about those sometime when I'm over by them, but right now we're going to fill in our pie-shaped wedge here. So in the fall, when we were doing our primary tillage, or even with the disc and the corn stalks, yeah, there you go. Feel it pulling us down. We should go down into this draw. 4 miles an hour, 4.5. But anyway, in the fall when we're doing our tillage, whether it's with the disc or the disc ripper, we like to go on an angle and kind of work across the tire tracks from the year that follow the rows, so that we can kind of rip that compaction out and break stuff up a little bit better. I also like to try not to go on the same angle every time. Now, I have no idea which way this field was worked the last time it was done 2 or 3 years ago. So that may be a little bit difficult to figure out right now, but we just kind of come in and set a line and go with it. So if nothing else, we're on a different angle, a slightly different angle, whether it's an opposite angle or not to where we did it last time. And we'll just kind of work through here. So should break up any compaction we've got, loosen the soil up, let some air into it, help with drainage, let the roots penetrate. I know, some of you don't think we should do tillage and we should be all no-till. Yeah, I get it. Most of the people around here that I talked to this spring thought their no-till crops were no good and their experiments are coming to an end. We like to bury residue, loosen up the compaction, and turn the soil darker. I'm not going to say black because we don't have black soil, not very much anyway. But it helps it warm up better in the spring, helps it drain better in the spring, helps us get crops planted earlier in the spring, which, if you've been following along with my harvest videos, you know early planting is extremely important for us. So we got our triangle filled in, and now we're back to the full length of the rows. Here's one of those muck spots that I was talking about. And in our muck, if you till it deep, it will become light and fluffy, and you'll never get through it with anything ever again. So instead of leaving this ripper all the way down, we come over here and we hit this button that says muck. And that immediately moves it from 11 inches deep to 6 inches deep, lifts the discs and the closing discs on the back, so we're just scratching it. 6 is as shallow as it will go on the settings. I can lift it up manually. But essentially we're just scratching it to turn the residue under and not actually digging it deep and fluffing it up. So those muck pockets, like that one back there, where we vary the depth of our tillage, is the perfect spot to write a tillage prescription. And I could do that, but I don't, because it's just as easy to push the button on the screen and change it when we get into that. The problem is if I forget, or if, you know, I put my hired guy in here and he forgets, or he doesn't know to do that, and then we get it dug way too deep. I mean, things happen. It's not really his fault if he doesn't know, but it does happen. Anyway, I've never actually created a tillage prescription, but it is something that we could do to follow that. And theoretically, the top of these knobs versus the dips where it's not muck and just heavy ground could be done differently and should be done differently, but I don't really know how to write that script. That's not an easy thing to do, so yeah, never done it, but that's where I could see value in that technology. Anyway, we're just going to keep going here. We'll see how far we get. I have got to be home at a decent time tonight because Ron's got a meeting or something, so I got the kids. So we might get another half hour or so out here and head for home. Well, from here it looks like we have a lot done, other than that you can't see over that hill. From either of the roads it's going to look like nothing because, well, we're just to this point here, but I'm running out of time, so we're going to make this last round, finish our strip here, make one pass back over there towards the house, and we'll come back tomorrow. I don't know. We are having an exhaust sensor, pressure sensor issue, which I'm not very happy about. But this tractor has a particulate filter on it, and when it does a regen and it burns that off, there's a pressure sensor or something that's throwing a fault code and not letting it do its regen, and then it derates the power, and it's a real pain in the butt. So I disabled it. We just went in here and clicked disable the automatic filter cleaning, and now it's yelling at me that the filter's getting plugged. So I did talk to the dealer. They might come out tomorrow and look at it, but I'm going to take it back to the farm, and while we still have a few minutes here, we're going to try and do a part regen and see if it will do that and clean it up or not, or if it's going to throw that same code. I don't know, but it's a little frustrating. I'm not very happy about it. So far it's working, but it's just preparing. It's not actually doing it yet. Well, it's still going. Check the progress bar up here. I gotta go home, so we gotta have this done. Progress. I have 9 minutes to be home. You think it'll be done in the next 8 minutes? Somehow I doubt it. We'll have to come back and shut it off then. Oh well. In all seriousness tonight, we'll see what happens. I am probably more excited about the playoff rankings than the election results. But the election results are a bigger deal. So, one way or the other, it is what it is, and there's nothing I'm going to do about it. I did my job and I voted, so you can leave the political arguing out of my comment section, though. That would be appreciated. So, you know, there's that. But have a great night, everybody. Thanks for watching. If you would hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. We'll be back at stuff tomorrow. It's not supposed to be as windy tomorrow, so I might get to spreading this lime and doing that stuff. Otherwise, we'll probably be doing some more ripping and probably do some more seed selling stuff, and I don't know, we'll see. I need to get to Berkey with that spreader, so I got to get the lime spread here so we can move. And I got some dirt I need to haul too. We might work on that tomorrow. There's chances of rain tonight, so we'll see if we get any or not. But anyway, have a great night. See you in the morning.